Hey guys, welcome to Bastion Time. I'm your host Bastion. This is Nintendo News. Let's get to that news. First of all, Nintendo has said some very interesting things lately. One of those things is about the fact that the Virtual Console that lets you play Super Nintendo games on the 3DS, correction, new Nintendo 3DS, cannot be played on the regular 3DS, and they say the reason for that is because of the CPU of the new Nintendo 3DS is improved. So the regular 3DS's CPU can't emulate SNES games? What kind of nonsense is that? It should be able to. I don't get it. But that's what they say, so no SNES games for the 3DS Virtual Console. There was a new Pokemon smartphone game announced called Pokemon COMASTER that involves, it's like a board game style game, and it's so far only announced for Japanese smartphones, but surely it's going to come out across the ocean, so we'll just have to wait and see about that one. But so far it involves you collecting these figures that you can use in the game, so could be pretty interesting. Mr. Aonuma said in a recent interview about Zelda Wii U some pretty interesting things, and it's got me pretty excited. Basically, he said that every game after Ocarina of Time was just another color of Ocarina of Time. They were all basically just the same thing as Ocarina of Time. That the transition from between A Link to the Past to Ocarina of Time was one complete change, and that Zelda Wii U, he feels, is yet another complete change. That it is not just another color of Ocarina of Time. So that's pretty exciting. I don't know what he could possibly mean by that. You let me know what he could possibly mean down in the comments, but he really feels like this is going to be a revolutionary Zelda game. And also Mr. Aonuma had some other interesting things to say about Twilight Princess HD, which is, were the motion controls ever gonna be an option? And he says that actually halfway into development they still hadn't decided, but then at that point decided, no, we'll just use the button press controls, which I am a fan of. I did not like the Wii version of Twilight Princess at all. I much preferred the GameCube button press version, so that's making me happy. If somehow they had been able to completely overhaul the motion controls so that it was more like Skyward Swords, so one-to-one sword combat, I would have been extremely all for that, but that was just not going to happen because they really wanted you to be able to use the gamepad as a map and have that open at all times, and they didn't feel like that would work while swinging a Wiimote around. Super Mario Advance 4, which is the remake of Super Mario Bros. 3 for the Game Boy Advance, that is coming out to Virtual Console, and when you get it, you get all of the e-reader levels. Now, if you don't remember what an e-reader is, I don't blame you. I barely remember what one is. I can just remember seeing it in Toys R Us back when I was a kid. Well, really seeing the cards. So basically it was this thing that attached to your Game Boy Advance, and then it read cards. You would swipe these cards through it, and then these cards would hold their own special data that would unlock features within the game. And so for Super Mario Advance 4, it would have new levels, items from like Super Mario World. So all of those levels you would have had to have collected on separate cards, and nobody has those cards anymore, and so, you know, it's impossible to play all those things until now. Now you can, well, legally. Now you can play all of those e-card reader levels, so that is pretty exciting. I'm definitely getting that version. That is it for this episode of Nintendo News. See you guys tomorrow for more news. Bye, guys.